Let's talk about how you can improve your video commercials impact by knowing exactly where people's attention goes using Predict. I will show you how to use Predict, an AI attention analysis tool that you can use on any assets. I will guide you through the whole process of analyzing the scores in Predict and how you can use these insights to boost brand recall. But before we do that, we need to talk about conceptual closure, also known as the doorway effect. The reason why you need to understand this conceptual closure effect is because it's crucial to understanding how your video advertisements are performing. The term is used to describe a sudden change in a video or story's narrative that often leads to a shift in attention. It happens when something feels like it's ended or something new has started. A good example of this effect is when you walk into a different room, the surroundings are changing and suddenly you forget what you're going to do. This is why it's called the doorway effect. You simply lose your train of thoughts and for a brief moment your brain kind of resets. Now, when this happens in video ads, studies have shown that people tend to drop off, and that's why it's super important to identify these moments so you don't put any important information there like messaging or branding. And that's exactly what we're going to take a look at inside the Predict platform. So now I'm in the platform and you can see I already uploaded a video. On the left side we have a toolbar with different heat map options, and below it we have a graph that shows the cognitive demand and focus score over time, so we can see how it progresses. The focus score shows all the hotspots that grabs attention. A low score usually means that there are more than one element that tries to grab the focus, and that can affect the overall attention on your brand or logo, for example. And the second is cognitive demand score. The cognitive demand score is related to how much information there is in a picture or a frame. So this is a very nice way to track where there's a change in visual complexity, which can be interpreted as conceptual closure. When measuring conceptual closure, aka sudden shifts in the visual narratives, we can pay attention to whether there are any abrupt changes in the cognitive demand score. If there's a sudden drop or increase on the graph, it could be an indication of a scene shift that changes the visual quality or narrative of the image. And that could be the first indication of a conceptual closure happening. By tracking these scores, we can actually assure that the ads are well balanced and avoid sudden changes when showing the brand. This will help viewers remember what the ad was for and make the branding efforts more successful. Maybe remember this ad by Evian, the water brand. This is an ad that went viral, but the problem was that people didn't really remember what it was for and even had a hard time remembering the product category. So I naturally ran this through Predict so we can have a closer look at the scores. So if we turn off the focus score down here on the graph for a moment, we can see that immediately there are 3 places that stands out. There's one here in the beginning, one midway through, and also one here at the end. These also happens to be moments when we are shown the screens dedicated for branding. The sudden shifts are an indicator of a change in complexity and is what we can call a conceptual closure. And this might actually explain why there's such a poor memory for this brand, because people might have dropped off at these moments. I want to show you another ad, and this ad is from Old Spice. The results in this one in Predict is very different from the previous video. Let's take a look. So as you can see on the Predict analysis, the scores here are very well balanced, showing virtually no signs of conceptual closure, and even less around the times of brand placement. The fact that there are no abrupt changes in the scene also helps ensuring a high focus and product attention. The main focus and driver in this ad is the man, and you're locked on him throughout the entire ad. And a clever thing that the team behind this ad did was actually to add in the product seamlessly throughout the entire ad to keep reminding you of the brand and doing so without creating an abrupt change in narrative. So as you can see, Predict is a really incredible tool that can help you unlock the full potential of your video ads. It is incredibly user-friendly, so you don't need to be a data scientist to get started. Plus, it provides real-time data, so you can make adjustments on the fly and optimize your ads for maximum impact. Anyway, that's it for me. Stay tuned for more content in the future.